When you wish upon a star, it makes no difference who you are. Unless you're a princess, because not everyone actually gets it happily ever after, but you know the princesses will. So who are the official Disney princesses, and who was left a Disney orphan? Well, hello there! My name's Jeremy and welcome back to Freeform Disney, where I talk about all aspects of Disney, from the animated movies to the theme parks to Star Wars, Marvel, and Pixar, and the TV shows, and everything else in between. And that is why it's Freeform. And keep coming back every day for new daily content. If you're not subscribed yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Today it's all about the fairest of them all, the Disney princesses. Now, you may think that there are a whole ton of Disney princesses. Well, officially, there are actually only 12. And that's because Disney Princess is actually a franchise that is well curated by Disney. And 12 is actually the highest number they've had. It actually used to be less. Now, the current Disney princesses are Snow White, Cinderella, Aurora, Ariel, Belle, Jasmine, Pocahontas, Mulan, Tiana, Rapunzel, Merida, and Moana. Now, what ties them together as princesses? Well, it's not that they're all princesses by birth, because they're not. They're not all princesses by marriage either. So we've got a few of each of those, but we also have some that are just daughters of chiefs, and also one who is merely a heroine and not actually a princess by birth, marriage, or even a daughter of a chief. So there's a wide category here. Now, in case you're curious who those are, the one that's merely a heroine, that's Mulan. The ones that are daughters of chief, Pocahontas and Moana. And then there are 3 that are married in. That's Cinderella, Belle, and Tiana. The rest are all born princesses, which you'll note is still half of them. So half of the official Disney princesses are actually born princesses. Let's go look at a bunch of people who probably should be considered Disney princesses, but aren't currently. First off, I've got to mention Tinkerbell, as she used to be an official Disney princess, and many people think she should still be one. Now, why isn't she anymore? Well, that's because she has her whole own franchise over with the fairies. That's why she was removed. She got to go ahead and launch kind of a sister line to the Disney princesses. So that means she's not officially a Disney princess anymore, but maybe she's more powerful by having her own line? Well, I guess we can argue that one way or the other. Then another obvious glaring exception is both Anna and Elsa. Now, Anna was a princess the entirety of the first movie of Frozen, and most of the second movie. Elsa is actually a princess for the beginning of the first movie, and then becomes a queen quite early on, but she is actually a princess for the beginning. But why are they not Disney princesses officially? Well, the reason is they are too successful. Essentially, Frozen is so entirely impressive that they have their whole line of Frozen merchandise, and they don't want to go ahead and take away from that by lumping them in with Disney princesses. So should they be Disney princesses? Yeah, they probably should be. I think we should consider them that. Who else? There's a lot of other people here. How about Giselle from Enchanted? Intriguingly, it appears that she was going to potentially become a Disney princess, but Disney backed out of it when they realized they'd have to pay royalties to use her face. So goes the story. What a mess. But otherwise, we would have had a live-action Disney princess. And while we're talking Enchanted, how about Nancy Tremaine? She definitely could be a Disney princess. She married Prince Edward in the course of the movie near the end, therefore married into becoming a princess. And she's certainly one of the major characters in the movie. Okay, let's try a different live-action one while we're in live-action world for Disney. How about Elizabeth Swann from Pirates of the Caribbean? Now, even without anything else, she's certainly a strong heroine, largely in the movie. But on top of that, she's also the daughter of the governor. That's kind of similar to daughter of a chief. That definitely could give her that status right there, too, without even having to go just a heroine. So I think Elizabeth Swann has a strong case to go ahead and be included in the Disney princesses, too. And while we're talking Disney live-action movies, we should also go ahead and look at Clara Stahlbaum from the recent Nutcracker in the Four Realms movie. Her mother was a queen, which therefore made her a princess and she went back into the realm to go ahead and help save everyone. Well, it became that anyway. So clearly, a princess. Then there's a weird piece on live-action Disney movies of the ones that weren't already. So what about the live-action version of Jasmine, or the live-action version of Belle, or live-action version of Aurora, or etc., etc., etc.? Should they have separate entries within the Disney princesses? I mean, they're the same character, kind of, but they're a different version of it. And we only use the look from the animated version, so I think there's an argument that could be made that we should include both. So how about those live-action Disney princesses? Let's dive a little more into the animated world of Disney, because there are a bunch more. One of the ones that's often talked about is Princess/Empress Kida from Atlantis: The Lost Empire. Now, she certainly has the qualification to be there. Large idea as to why she probably isn't currently is that Atlantis: The Lost Empire didn't perform well, therefore she isn't currently a Disney princess. But she certainly is a strong candidate. Got the role model factor, everything else. Clearly was legitimately a princess. How about Jane Porter from Tarzan? Now, she has no direct claim to princess, or daughter of a chief, or anything like that. But, in the same way that Mulan qualifies as a Disney princess, Jane Porter clearly has the ability to qualify. Might not be the top of my list to go ahead and include if I was looking at Disney princesses, but a lot of people do argue for her. I think I would argue for Meg from Hercules, though. Now, Meg, you got to look at a couple different sides. First off, she is going to be a princess by marriage to Hercules, because Hercules is the son of Zeus and Hera, therefore clearly royalty in this world. And there's an interesting side piece. We don't know about her actual backstory in the movie of Hercules, but the character she's based on in actual Greek mythology was actually a princess. Perhaps she is actually a princess there too. We just don't know that backstory well enough to know. Regardless, either way you look at it, she's a Disney princess. Now here's one a lot of people would argue for. Princess Eilonwy from the Black Cauldron. Now, Disney often tries to pretend this movie doesn't even exist, so I think we understand why she's not considered an official Disney princess. But that said, she is most certainly one. And as far as the movies are concerned, she'd actually be one of the youngest Disney princesses. All of you who love Black Cauldron definitely would say she should probably be a Disney princess. Then how about Esmeralda from The Hunchback of Notre Dame? Again, a person that is not directly a princess, but a major character and performs acts of heroism. A lot of people argue for Esmeralda as someone who should be a princess. I don't know that I'd get on that train myself, but I can see the argument. What about outside just the movies? There's people like Princess Elena from Elena of Avalor. Very specifically princess. Heck, Disney actually has a meet and greet with her over in the park. She has her own parade going on. There's a whole lot for Princess Elena actually within the parks. We should probably include her over in the Disney Princesses. I think she has a strong claim right there. And in the same kind of sense, I know Sophia from Sophia the First would be a Disney princess. Never having seen it myself, I can't make any argument one way or the other as to whether she'd be a good princess. But I know some people would definitely argue for that, and I think I've heard there are other princesses in that series as well. So there's some other potential princesses for you. And then how about some of the other people? There's all kinds of different princesses within Little Mermaid. After all, she's got 6 sisters. All the colors of the rainbow. Well, there are a lot of princesses there. Or if we talk sequel, she's even got a daughter named Melody. More princesses. Or what if we include animals? We could potentially include Maid Marian from Robin Hood. Definitely we could include her in a similar sense. Or how about Nala or Kiara from Lion King and Lion King 2? Both of them could be counted as princesses. Oh, and lest I forget to mention one of the more recent ones, how about Vanellope? She likes to call herself a president, but she is a princess. She just changed the name, so she definitely counts. But this is all just Disney films, and obviously we also include Pixar because Merida is a Disney princess, so how about some of those Pixar princesses? Atta and Dot from A Bug's Life. They are very clearly princesses. Yes, they're not human princesses, but do princesses have to be human? Or human-like? I mean, that's a sad qualification for being a Disney princess. I think we need to diversify out a little bit more and allow all of our Disney princesses in. And what if we go to Toy Story? Who would be Disney princesses there? I mean, I can see an argument for Jessie. I can see an argument for Bo Peep, especially once you get into Toy Story 4 Bo Peep right there. I mean, clearly people could argue for them. Not in the traditional sense, But in the sense of the same way that Mulan is a Disney princess, so could Jessie or Bo Peep be Disney princesses. Or in The Incredibles, Elastigirl or her daughter Violet. Things get a little messy when we start including Mulan now, don't they? We include all kinds of people as potential princesses. Although you could also kind of make an argument the Incredibles are kind of superhero royalty within the Incredibles world. Or are we stretching a little bit too far here? But hey, Disney expands even further than that. What about Star Wars? Princess Leia? Definitely a potential princess. Why in the world is Princess Leia not officially a Disney princess? Well, probably because Star Wars is huge in its own right, so we don't want to toss her in there. And because Disney likes keeping it to animation. But even that doesn't quite hold if they were looking at making Giselle a Disney princess. How about over in the MCU? Shuri? Definitely a Disney princess. How about Hela? We could have an evil Disney princess. If she is a daughter of Odin, most certainly a princess. Wouldn't that be something to add to the lineup? And it doesn't stop there. I mean, you could include Nebula and Gamora as daughters of Thanos. And hey, if Mulan counts, then there's always Black Widow, Captain Marvel, Scarlet Witch, etc. So there are a lot of people in the MCU you could include if you wanted to go that direction. Oh, hey, but if you thought we could stop there, no. What about the fact Disney just bought up Fox? Which means there are all kinds of other people that could be considered Disney princesses. The most obvious one that pops right up off the bat is Anastasia, a person that a lot of people already thought was a Disney princess and continuously gets confused with being a Disney movie, but actually never was. Anastasia is princess by birth within her movie. So definitely Anastasia would be a great Disney princess, and she's animated, she's definitely human-like, she fits all the qualifications here. I mean, and if Pixar counts, why not Fox? And hey, it's a character everybody thinks is a princess already anyway. So Anastasia, new Disney princess. Or how about Neytiri from Avatar? Heck, we're getting 4 sequels to that soon. So Neytiri definitely would make a cool princess. Daughter of a chief type princess right there. Or how about a movie that Disney's been pushing over on Disney Plus since they went ahead and put it up just recently? How about Princess Buttercup from The Princess Bride? There's another person who would be a great addition to the Disney princess lineup. And let's be frank, there are a whole lot of other Fox acquisitions that could be considered Disney princesses if we wanted to go in there. In the Mulan side, we could definitely include Ripley from Alien, or heck, Buffy the Vampire Slayer in the same kind of idea. Or we could go look at people like Princess Poppy from Trolls, or Lucy and Susan from The Chronicles of Narnia. Point being, there are a lot of potential princesses out there if you really want to start digging. And especially if you include Mulan as a princess, because that throws the doors wide open into who qualifies and who doesn't. I mean, if you just shut that Mulan door, we probably go ahead and knock out at least half of the potential people that could be Disney princesses. So yeah, we've been talking for a little bit right there about Disney princesses and who could be Disney princesses. Now, I think rather than calling it the official Disney princesses, which I think is a bad choice, I personally think they should instead have gone with saying these are like the ambassadors of the Disney princesses. Therefore, we don't have this weird terminology that makes it sound like there are only officially 12 Disney princesses and the rest of you just don't plain count. I think that would have been a better way to go. But hey, I don't make those decisions. And it might not have made as much money, and that's what it's all about, so there are 12 official Disney princesses. Now maybe some other time I'll talk about who I would pick if I had to pick, like, say, some set of 10, 12 people to be ambassadors for the Disney princesses. That could be fun. I might do that some other time. But for now, look at all the huge variety of Disney princesses that are out there. Wow. So it's that time. What about you? I'm sure I missed some potential Disney princesses. Who did I overlook? Let me know down below in the comments and we'll talk about it. Maybe I'll bring it up in a future video. And until then, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a like, do the sharing it with people you like, don't forget to subscribe, all of those good things. And I'll see you back here again tomorrow for another new episode of Freeform Disney. Have a magical day, everyone, and may the Force be with you always.